G'day little nippers and welcome to the show! Hope you enjoyed your Christmas, and as promised we are delving into yet another Christmas film in Disney. A film oozing with Christmassy goodness and laughter, 50-foot Helen Mirrens and a plot so confusing you'll think it's Halloween. This is the Nutcracker and the Nutcracker and the Four Kingdoms. Nutcracker and the Realms of... why is this title sequence so long? Long titles aside, in true modern Disney fashion, only it could somehow manage to make a film that is somehow bad, but everything in and around it says otherwise. The dance sequences and visuals are nothing short of breathtaking at times, cleverly woven in by truly inspiring and unique sets that fold up and fold down to make something completely different. And incorporating, of course, that classical music from the original Nutcracker ballet. With all the seemingly fresh and colourful Christmas flavours and themes Disney throw at you all the way through this, you'd think this would be a great film. But somehow Disney manages to miss the mark big time by warping the original story of the Nutcracker to suit the strange and conceited remake train. Ching ching!
Oh no!
Alright, now don't panic. Down underneath here.
Disney had an opportunity to do something unique with this film. Remember Fantasia? I had hoped that the film would be doing something as different as that, subverting people's expectations and letting music tell the story. But no, it has to be the same old tired story they normally push out. Mother's dead, the main girl's a princess, magic, fairies, fantasy, and as a result, because it doesn't give us that new experience, the whole film just blends in with every other film. Nothing at all stands out, and it's a real shame because you can really see they are trying with this one. Even the acting, while still hugely basic, is granted a lot more passionate than something like Dumbo. Also, the casting, really, Keira Knightley as the Sugar Plum Fairy. What? Why? Wouldn't she be better suited to something like, I mean, seriously, I don't think Keira Knightley's had a proper role since Pirates of the Caribbean.
I've done it with wobbly-legged, rum-soaked pirates!
Well, to be honest, you weren't really that good in that either. Also, one thing I will mention about the colour scheme of this film, there is nothing that differentiates the real world from the fantasy. I mean, the Sugar Plum Fairy, Keira Knightley, says that, you know, at one point that they all used to be toys, but we don't see any evidence that they were toys in the real world. The real world is just as colourful, just as bright and just as merry as the fantasy world. So what exactly would be the difference? I mean, the fantasy world looks like Narnia, but that's about as different as they get. But you want to know what really winds me up most about this film? The title. It's called The Nutcracker, and yet the Nutcracker is barely in it. I mean, we're introduced to him once, and then that's it. We're just expected to kind of, oh yeah, he's a Nutcracker. But it gets worse, because we don't even see him at the end. So what is the point in calling this film The Nutcracker and the 4, 5, 6 Kingdoms or Realms or whatever it's called? The whole point of the story was that the Nutcracker was a prince and Kyra managed to break the curse that made him real again. Where was that story? The Nutcracker is barely in it. The only reminder we've got that he's a Nutcracker is that the Nutcracker music occasionally plays when he's on screen. But apart from that, why make him a Nutcracker? The trouble is the same old woke core that fuels most remakes is used in this film, and it's painfully obvious that where they have aimed it. Overall, the film feels like it looks. Colourful, but basic. And though the original story of the Nutcracker was fine, Disney, well, Disney'd it. If you have an opportunity to watch the actual Nutcracker ballet, I thoroughly recommend that more than this. I score this film 5 out of 10 Croc Points. A visually impressive film, but the sad truth of it is basic story plus basic Disney equals... Take care, little nippers. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and, if you can, support me on Patreon. See you in a while, crocodiles! So, all aboard the remake train! Toot toot! I hope that looks good in the edit. Otherwise I'll look like an idiot.